Wheeler the last time. Well, the resident got a lot to do with it too. I'm just gonna put it all up in.
So you're recalling Wheeler and the resident.
Well, like I said, I'm putting it all up in one.
Okay.
And you can figure. You smart enough to figure it out. The residents complain, but they ain't willing to do nothing about it. You all got to wake up and help yourself. You know, like you say, you might get them little welfare checks and them little stamps. That's all you want. And get that little money every month. That's what you comfortable with. That ain't it.
You getting in, Porter?
People that get in these offices, they don't go in for the right reason. They go in for self.
People dislike you when they can't control you. I'm not a part of the political machine. I'm not a part of the network. I don't bow down to folks. I bow down to the Lord. I do whatever I think is right, and I go from there. I pray over my decisions. I'm not perfect, but my heart is pure. I'm trying to do what I think is right. And I take offense when people even suggest that I have another ulterior motive.
You know what? To tell you the truth, Sam, I don't believe nothing them Negroes say up there. What he's saying about the budget and what's gonna. I'm being honest and truthful with you. Those Negroes up there are corrupt, and I don't believe nothing they come out their mouth. I don't believe nothing they are saying. I'm being honest with you.
We don't have a lot of dollars flowing through East Cleveland, and the business owner wants to return on his investment. And right now, you know, the leadership has to show that we're turning the city around, making them realize that they're not going to be the only business here. Other businesses are coming in as well, and create true development, economic growth.
We don't have anything in East Cleveland outstanding like the other municipalities.
But when you have conflict, and you know, I met with some funders, maybe in the last 2 months. First thing came out of their mouth, they had confidence in my leadership as council and council working together. But they said, "But Wheeler, they're recalling you again." So every time they start another recall, it makes people question the confidence that they have in moving their business into that city.
They should be focusing on bringing revenue in East Cleveland. Nice grocery store, restaurant, possible nice hotel. Okay.
A restaurant isn't necessarily a cash crop for a community. Okay. And then if you really think about it, maybe a community that's already established, you might, you know, put in a restaurant. But as far as to help revive a community, a restaurant might not be the first thing. Idea of a hotel, this isn't really a tourist friendly, you know what I mean? There's abandoned houses, there's poverty, there's crime, you know what I mean? So
what about maybe recreation center for the kids?
That's what the Salvation Army is.
Let's get this straight. That was Martin Luther King Civic Center. That was a building there.
That's true. On Shaw?
On Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to build that.
Mm-hmm.
They had a recreation.
That's true.
Also let them know that I'm proud to say that since under my leadership of council, working together as a unit or as a body, we've been able to support to bring in the Salvation Army, which is a $10 million, 35,000 square foot facility in East Cleveland on Hayden and Dome. East Cleveland has not seen nothing that large on Hayden developed or built in the last 25, 30 years.
So we have to say that is somewhat of an upgrade, even if there was already a rec center. Would you agree? Somewhat. I mean, it's something, right?
It's something, but
it's not enough for you, or
not to me.
You know, we're addressing those the best we can because the tax base in the city has eroded away. A lot of people have moved. We've gone from 40,000 residents down to 17,000. I think it's less than that now in our city.
Look, City Hall is 2 blocks away. What mayor would drive down this way and see this debris and see this mess and do nothing about it for 2 years?
First of all, they need to tear all these abandoned houses and buildings.
Okay.
Not tear them down. There's a lot of buildings they could be renovated. A lot of these buildings they really don't have to be torn down. Couldn't they be renovated? And I noticed a lot of houses. I've noticed this. I've seen this myself. They tear down good houses and leave the raggedy houses up.
You know, some people, they complain, but they have patience because just in my ward alone, Ward 3, we're demoing 144 houses this year. It won't happen overnight. All of them won't get torn down in a day. It's a process. Well, you know, a lot of these houses have been abandoned and they're owned by the banks. And the banks, it's hard to bring them to court because they hide behind what they call a corporate veil. And we're doing the best we can from the council's perspective of supporting the administration to try to go after some of these banks as far as grass cutting, board up, make it secure until we can get it on the demolition list to be torn down. And we also have the neighbor next door program. If the house next door to you get torn down, if you're the resident that lives next door to it, you have an option to buy that lot for $100. That's a good deal.
Oh, if it's an empty lot, what they are resident to buy it for? What purpose would they buy it for?
You can buy it for a lot of purposes. You can make a garden. You can have a cookout. You can do recreational things. But
they keep hearing the people in the residents complain, some of them that are negative thinkers, that recalling an individual over and over and over. The residents have spoken 3 times. But one thing I was always taught is proof is in the pudding. Action speaks louder than words. And since I've been on council, along with my colleagues, we have cut the deficit from $4 million to $2.6 million. That's a significant input. That's a significant change.
You said the budget decreased. They got the budget down almost $2 million. Do you think East Cleveland can be saved without merging with Cleveland?
From what I've seen, it doesn't seem to be.
Why do you say that?
Because we're not bringing in the revenue to support the city services.
Oh, come on, people, let's wake up. I'm sure with the recall vote fixing to happen, I'm sure that pretty soon this will be taken care of after 2 years. As well as you see, they finally got this cold patch, which I'm sure they're gonna patch up this street real good because they know that the people that drive down this street has been mad as hell for over 2 years wondering what in the world is going on.
I just spent the last 2 years of my term in office fighting off a recall instead of working at what I should be at, putting plans together, working on a program or projects and so forth. This energy could be used for something positive. If they took the energy that they took to recall me, take half of that energy and work with me, we can get a lot done.
When Gary Norton got in there, Gary Norton he ain't never been out here to check it out and looked at it.
We're on the corner of Beltmore and Terrace. I want you all to remember that name, Beltmore and Terrace. We allowed this building to be completely vandalized and destroyed, and trash and rubbish strewed everywhere, as if it didn't. So City Hall right down the street, and they just we saw it, but they did nothing, did they?
Nothing as far as I know. I don't call this doing something. You know, panels. Those solar panels. That street is being fixed too. Why are they fixing those streets and not this one? This is one of the worst streets in East Cleveland.
In Ohio.
Yes. No, that's true.
Is because for over a year and a half or 2 years, we as drivers, as taxpayers, haven't been able to travel down this street right here. It's been completely off limits with the big craters and chuck holes and everything, trash, everything in the neighborhood. But as you see what has happened in the last week, they have came in and they have packed up many of the holes so at least the cars can travel down this road right now. It shows you the importance of what recalls matter. As you see, that car is able to go down that street right now. He wasn't able to go down there a week ago because there were so many potholes and chuck holes. A lot of people still don't know that you can go back down this street now because they're so used to it being full of potholes, chuck holes. So, my message again is if you don't put pressure on the politicians like Mary Norton and the others to do something, they'll completely forget about us. That's why this is so important, and that's why recall matters, putting pressure on politicians to do something. We thank you very much.
I done got that out the way. Now, Mr. Frigo, now this rash recall, what was in my mind, you know what I had said? I said, look, this is the third strike, you are out. I said, now if I don't get him, you don't recall him on the third strike, I'm done with it. I ain't recalling no more.